Hi, welcome back to Introduction to Engineering Design, and today we're going to talk about how we move an assembly to another location. And as you recall, when we first started making an assembly, we talked about what an assembly was, and it was really a association of files, both their locations and their names, and that is combined into a new file called an assembly with some relationships between the parts themselves. So when we started this, you'll remember that I had a short demonstration that if you renamed or moved a file in an assembly, it broke it. So what's an easy way for us to move a set of files in an assembly so that we don't break them, so that we can submit them and we can also share them with partners and do all sorts of other things like that? And the answer to that is called Pack and Go. So to get to Pack and Go, all you really have to do is click on the File command. And as you come scrolling down, you're going to see Pack and Go. Now there's a couple of different things that will open up with the Pack and Go. The first thing that will open up here is it's going to, by default, grab all of the parts that make the assembly. So as you look here, you'll see that I've got my Automata box. I've got basically the top, bottom, and end files. And let me expand this out a little bit so you can see them. It shows you the folder that they're coming from. And then if I wanted to move to a folder, I could choose a folder to move to. But more than likely, you're going to save this to a zip file. So I'm going to choose Save to Zip. It defaults to give it the zip file the same name as the assembly, so it's automata _ box _ basic.zip. I don't really care whether you click flatten to single folder or flatten to minimal folders or keep full folder structure. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you have included all of your part files with your assembly file. So if I had drawings, I could include drawings, and I could include some other things in here if I chose to. But I'm just going to leave that deselected for now because we don't have drawings. So when I click on Save, it's going to make that zip file. It takes a minute or so, depending on how many files you have. If you've got a lot of files, it obviously takes longer. But then when we go over here to our File Explorer, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my C drive, open up my Westwood Engineering folder, 4th hour, Automata, and now what you'll see is this Automata zip file. Now the cool thing about this is inside of this zip file are all of my part files and my assembly file. So that stuff all went in there and is stored. Now an important note that I want you to pay attention to is let's pretend that I just sent that file off and I have received that file from you. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this file. 4th hour, Automata zip. So you submitted that file and I have just received that file. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and extract that into I'm just going to put it into my documents. So I'm going to paste that file into my documents. And I can go into this zip file and I can try and open these parts. But if I try to open it within the zip file, I'll get an error. It doesn't work that way. So what I need to do with the zip file is I need to right click it and say Extract All. Now when I extract that, I'm going to extract it just into my documents. And here is my new Automata. And I do have a lot of documents in here. Apologize for that. Here is my new Automata folder. Hopefully. And then I can go in and open up my files out of that Automata folder. There it is. So that's how we use Pack and Go to send a file in. That's what I'd like you to do, is to Pack and Go your file and submit that single zip file with your assembly and all 3 model parts. Thanks for watching.